When David Buck was 46 years old, he lost his job as a commercial real estate salesman.
A month before, I got a $10,000 raise, and then I got invited into the boss's office, and then all of a sudden, you know, the conversation goes a certain way, and you realize, wow, I'm being let go.
He gave himself time to heal and reflect on his future.
I wanted the rest of my life to make a difference, and I wanted to figure that out.
He eventually gleaned the wisdom of Jan Hively, founder of the Vital Aging Network.
She said, you know, Dave, you're really no different than 76 million other baby boomers who are at a certain stage of their life where they really want to find more meaning in their work and contribute more to the community. What they don't have here is a community to help them with that process. And that really resonated with me.
It was the genesis of SHIFT, a new community in the Twin Cities built around helping middle-aged workers find a mechanism which would allow them to use their valuable skills in a new career where they have no real-life experience. That mechanism is called midternships.
So it's midlife internship, midternship.
Ralph Jacobson is the owner and CEO of Innovative Power Systems in St. Paul.
And what we do is solar system design, installation, troubleshooting, service work, you know, that sort of thing.
Ralph agreed to bring in 61-year-old James Price for 3 months as a midterm.
Morning, James.
Hello, Ralph. How are you doing?
Good.
James used to be a software engineering manager for a major corporation. He was laid off at age 59. Now, at 61, finding a career in a new field is not an easy task.
What's really terrible is being frustrated that I have skills and I think I can use them and I'm not being able to get in.
And so this is what midternships does. It breaks down that barrier that so many people at midlife face. You know, have you done this before?
And this is about it's about 1.26 as well.
As a midterm, James is getting real-world experience using the valuable skills he developed in his previous job.
And my skills basically are in project management, project planning, and doing analysis.
I think that where he is going to really bring his experience to bear on our set of needs is in helping me figure out how to get my team to actually do the things that we talk about in the management meetings and not just have it end up on a dusty shelf somewhere.
What we found is it's fabulous because they've created a position, they've particularly designed a position that meets both their needs as an employer and the candidates need to learn. And then it's terrific, and then it really works.
Pam Lund is SHIFT's employer liaison. She's the one who brought Ralph and James together. It
opens a door that they would never have opened for somebody just cold calling in from the street. It simply wouldn't have happened.
They get a skilled worker who cares about what they're doing, and they get a great look at who could be a long-term potential employee.
Oh, I love this stuff. I mean, quite frankly, I mean, I do this in my spare time because I just find it interesting and I really want to do it, yeah.
As the result of midternships, not only does James Price have a new lease on life, so does David Buck.
It's a blessing to be around these situations because there is nothing like helping someone find their life work, you know. There's nothing better than that.